Day 1 of the Thousand Islands Open began with beautiful, calm conditions. With unsettled conditions predicted for the remaining tournament days, many teams decided to take advantage and run the lake. Once there, teams discovered a little rougher than expected waters, adding a layer of difficulty for some.
It was a rougher ride to the lake than we thought it would be today, but it was tough. We were catching lots of small ones, just couldn't get the big ones to go though.
It was a grind. Didn't get very many bites, but the bites that we got counted.
Yeah! For others, the wind wasn't strong enough to affect their day.
Grabbing wasn't too bad. Fish were biting.
We got quite a few fish, called quite a few times. Hopefully we'll have lots for tomorrow.
Fishing the wind-sheltered river wasn't necessarily any easier.
Today was a tough day for us. What we found in practice wasn't there. We got some fish, but they were downsized a little bit for what we thought they would be.
We went shallow because we didn't want to burn our fish out, so we had to watch what we pull out. So we only got 9 bites today.
At the end of the day, as the 100 teams began weighing in, almost half the field presented 20-plus pound bags, and some of those bags held some impressive big fish, including a 7-pound beast by Leckie and Kinsler. 8 teams would weigh in 24-plus pound bags, but the 2 top weights would leave these teams behind. Fab Marchese and Nick Kusevich would put down a 26.79-pound bag on the scale halfway through the weigh-in. They would hold the top position until the final team hit the stage.
Team 100, Corey and Chris Johnson.
We had fun out there today. We caught lots of fish and hopefully go do it again tomorrow.
The Johnston brothers would exceed Fab and Nick's weight by just under a pound. But 2 dead fish would drop their score by a full pound, leaving Fab and Nick as the day 1 leaders. It's the start of Day 2 of the 3rd annual Thousand Islands Open. It's calm and beautiful for the boat launch again, but teams are better prepared for the way the day may turn out.
They're calling for gusts to 30K today later on, so that might change our strategy. We might stay in the river, save ourselves getting beat up.
I think we have lots of fish to go to. They're not weather dependent. I think if it's lousy weather, we can get them, and if it's good weather, we can get them.
We're actually going right back to spot 1, and I think we're going to stick it out a little longer today and see if we can't get some of the better bites. If it clouds up and it gets windy, that's where we excel because we're fishing deep.
Pre-fish finally came together. We got some good fish going in the river, some shallow, some deep. And we plan to just go repeat today.
Hopefully boats 1 through 10 are ready to go, blasting off very shortly.
Today we're just going fishing. We're going to go try and learn some new areas and see if we can put a big bag together and get ourselves back into this.
If we get our 20 pounds, we should move up a few spots, I would think. So I think the weights will drop today.
We left some fish biting yesterday. Hopefully they're still there. We didn't want to keep pounding on them. We need to kind of manage our fish, hopefully make it the last day. But if they're still there, we're hoping for another good day today.
Yeah, with the wind up, I don't think it's wise to waste our time running through the lake. So, but we'll see how the river turns out. That may change.
There you go. Yeah. It's all about making the second day.
So we blasted off our teams for day 2. Yesterday's fishing, unbelievable, really indicative of what this system has in it. Our leader at 26.61. Scary part for those guys, they've got local Lake Ontario hot sticks, Chris and Corey Johnson, right on their heels, only a half pound behind. The reality of the situation was monster bags for everybody yesterday. We had 38 bags over 20 pounds. Big fish, we had 10 fish over 6 pounds, including the biggest fish of the day at over 7 pounds. St. Lawrence River, Lake Ontario, definitely living up to its reputation here at the Thousand Islands Open.
At the end of today, the field of 100 teams will be cut in half. While the goal for most teams fishing the tournament is to come out on top, making the top 50 has its own motivation.
First place is 15 grand, but somebody in the top 50 is going to win a brand new boat and motor.
Pretty neat.
Yeah, it's very cool. And it could be the guys that finish 50th.
You know, that's a really cool element to this tournament. To get the opportunity to win that boat without winning the tournament it's phenomenal.
That's a game changer.
Oh, it's a game changer for sure.
Yeah.
It's great.
I want to win it. It's flat out, I want to win it. I think it's awesome.
He likes that idea of turn a key, starts a boat, you win it. I hope 50th place wins it. I think that'd be neat if Darren doesn't turn the key and win it.
It's a big draw to teams that like to compete, think they can place decently, not win a tournament, but it gives them something to hope for. And for me, that's everything.
The top 50 teams on day 1 had weights above 18 pounds. The pressure to get on a big bag is on for teams that failed to hit that mark. Mark and Leigh Weir are first-timers at the Thousand Islands Open. They weighed in an 11.39-pound bag on day 1.
No, sir. No, as a competitor, we're disappointed, but the reality is we had a good pre-fish. It's a wonderful fishery here. We're looking forward to going back tomorrow and trying to redeem ourselves a little bit.
From Nova Scotia, so our first time on this body of water, and it's huge. Lots of fish when you get into them. Good net. Ready? That is a monster. Here we go. No, wait. A little closer. Wasn't as big as I thought it was, but it's still a nice fish. It's a good start to the morning, and it definitely makes you feel a little more confident that it's a good day. We got all day, so we're only up to 5 bites. I mean, right after lots of fish, it's 5 quality fish is all you need.
Paul and Cal Clemson are not newcomers to these waters, but engine problems on day 1 turned into a weaker than expected performance.
We stayed on the trolling motor right in front of Kingston all day, and we squeaked out 5 fish.
16:43. If anybody in this field that can bounce back from that, I think it's you, buddy. So game plan change. You're gonna get the boat work on tonight.
We'll run back to Trenton. I got a 21-foot sitting in the driveway there. I've never had a day like this happen to me, so yeah, I was due.
You're due, but you're gonna bounce back tomorrow, guaranteed.
While they might be on fish here on day 2, Cal's boat may turn out to be both a blessing and a curse.
We don't know where we're going neither because he doesn't have any with my shot.
Oh, you don't have your waypoints?
Not him. It's not. It's only have 15 pounds on it. Okay.
So we've been out this morning already, and the wind's really picked up compared to yesterday. So we're seeing a lot of guys moving around. Maybe the bite's not as hot as it was yesterday. We had phenomenal fishing yesterday. 38 bags, over 20 pounds. Guys are running today. It might not be the same today, but these guys are good. They'll probably figure it out.
With the lake producing a 27-pound bag on day 1, teams are willing to get tossed around to get on big fish. Day 1 leaders Nick Kusevich and Fab Marchese had a good day out on the lake yesterday, but they've already made concessions thanks to the Day 2 winds.
Well, we never got out to our best spot. It was just too windy, and we didn't want to make the run and beat ourselves up. We still got out to the lake. Lake Ontario, it's a big lake. The fish move around a lot. Yeah, it was tough.
It seems to be worth it. Despite the tough conditions, the lake delivers. The Johnston brothers, Corey and Chris, are determined to fish the lake. They had a monster bag on Day 1, but will they be able to repeat? Wasting no time, they managed to get on fish pretty quick.
A lot rougher than yesterday. This lake's a tough lake. Last couple weeks ago in the coast I weighed 17 one day, which killed me, and Chris weighed 16 the first day of the tournament, so it cost us a lot of money.
So far, the lake is coming through for the Johnston brothers, but can it continue? The 27-pound bag is hard enough on a good day. They're on a roll, and if they keep it up, they'll be the team to beat again, as long as they can keep fish alive for the ride back. Even though the fishing on Day 2 is a little tougher, teams are sticking to their Day 1 patterns. First-time Thousand Islands Open competitors Tyler Ackles and Tyler Pride don't have many options.
We tried shallow, we just couldn't get shallow fish. It's one of those things, as soon as we came deeper, 20 feet plus, we started getting them. No fish on jerkbaits. We got one yesterday in shallow, but other than that, all the numbers are coming deep, 20, 25 feet plus.
Steve Barnett and Jack Levert are 14th after Day 1, and they're not looking to change things either.
Where we left off for the day there, we have some fish there, so that's where we're going to start off and see if they're going to hold off and keep them there in the morning and start doing our runs again.
We're fishing kind of shallow today. I know there's not a lot of fish here. I think it's the right fish right here. We hope we left enough.
Brian and Mitch lost a 5-pounder in this location on Day 1. They're hoping the morning bite might put that fish at the end of their line.
We gotta make up some ground today. Oh, I think we need at least 20 today. 21 maybe. Depends. Possible.
Charles Nam and Rick Wetherell fished lakeside on Day 1 and are working for new fish. They've got a limit and are now looking to upgrade.
We've seen a lot. Some good ones too that we can't catch. Not cooperating. A couple more nice ones here and then we'd be pretty comfortable. Right? On these type of events, there's only really one way to approach it. You have to try to win because you're not qualifying for anything else. You're simply fishing this one single event, and making Day 3 to be a part of the boat draw is really important. So that's the primary goal, and of course trying to win the tournament.
Unbelievable. Slow, like a slow roll.
Teams begin to prep for the afternoon bite. Will things change for the teams that are struggling? Out on the lake, the winds have picked up, and the bite has slowed down for some teams, while other teams continue to upgrade. The river was able to produce a 3rd and 4th place finish on Day 1. It might not be as good as the lake, but success can be found in the shallower waters. But with fewer teams making the run out to the lake, the river is a little crowded. Troy Breesy and Craig Lefebvre weighed in a 24.98-pound bag on Day 1, but they weren't sharing the water with any other teams when they put that bag together. The extra competition isn't helping with the slow bite they were already experiencing today. They have a few decent fish in the well, but there aren't many big fish to be seen. That's the danger of relying on an area. There's no guarantee it will deliver consistently over 3 days.
Gotta go to work some more.
Dennis Carnahan, fishing on his own, came in 4th on day 1. He's also experiencing a few difficulties on day 2.
Today I could have used the net guy. Poor girl. You have to spend a lot of time caring for them. Netting usually isn't a problem, but I lost one over 5. My own mistake cost me a big one.
He may have lost a big fish, but he's not one to give up. Even though fishing alone puts him at a disadvantage, Dennis has a plan and enough time in the day to upgrade.
I've narrowed down my areas where I think I'll get bit more frequently, because the more bites I go through, the bigger bag I'll end up with. I think as the day goes on, my bite will get better. I think every 20 minutes I get to hang out there later in the day, it's going to pay off.
Fish are definitely spread out. Fish.
Boats are making their way back to Ed Huck Marine. It's time to see who will make the cut. At the end of today's weigh-in, the field of 100 will become 50. Teams that struggled on day 1 are feeling the pressure. A bad day on the water isn't an option.
I think it's going to be tight, depending how everybody did today, but I think we needed our 22 and we got it, and if we don't make it, wasn't for trying.
22.56 on official weight. Nice to bounce back like that.
Yeah, I wish I would have had that yesterday too.
This may be the last bag in this tournament that some of these teams bring to the scales.
Day 2, better than day 1, not by much. We tried a few things different, but at the end of the day, I think we were looking for about 20 pounds. We're shy of that. So, hope everybody got them, and I hope they didn't, so we can make the cut.
We might have pulled it off just here at the end. We just got a giant like 2 minutes before we checked in, so we'll see how it goes. It'll be close, but there's one there that's just a pig. It's a big fish. I'm hoping. I got my fingers crossed, but it'll be tight. Hopefully the other guys didn't do so well.
It was a little disappointing because we know what this place is capable of, and we really needed to catch them today, and unfortunately today it just didn't go well for us, which is unfortunate, but that's just the way it goes. You can't stumble against these guys out here.
17.67 yesterday. Gonna need a pretty good bag to get over that cut line today, I think. 13.86. Great having you here. Thank you. See you again next year.
"38 teams weighed in 20-plus pound bags on day 1, but as expected, the weights have dropped quite a bit on day 2.
It was really hard out there. I don't know if a lot of stuff got hit that we were pre-fishing, but we had to scramble today.
There was a lot of movement in the standings. Even some of the top teams couldn't repeat their day 1 performance.
Our first fish came at 11:30. It's 3.5 hours we'll never get back. Never got a bite. Not a bite, but we scrambled.
But big fish were still there to be found, and they helped push some teams up in the standings. Mike and Sue Watson would weigh in a 23.42 pound bag anchored by a 6.47 pound big fish. That fish would be bested by 0.02 pounds by Ernie and Franklin Jansen.
It was a struggle out there, but we managed to scratch a decent bag together.
Right on. A consistent performance is what would help teams establish a foothold in the top 10, with 2-day totals nearing 48 pounds.
Upgrade you did. 24.50 and a fist pump. Right on. That's a great bag of fish again.
Fish penalties once again hurt teams who brought in some impressive bags. For Charles Sim and Nigel Toohey, the river provided a slight advantage.
24-14 yesterday. Bounce back again? Yeah, it's going to be about 23-8 maybe.
Sims and Toohey would push their way to the top with a 2-day total of almost 48 pounds, only to be pushed out by father and son team Brian and Brian Jr.
Another monster bag. Way to go, boys. And did you save some fish for tomorrow? I'm going to assume you have.
I don't know. We hit them pretty hard today. I hope there's some left.
Could they hold off the final threat of the Johnston brothers?
26-61 yesterday. Answer back with another big bag today?
You know what? We had a pretty good day. I don't think we had that much, but it was fun.
Are you sure you don't have as much as yesterday?
Maybe.
Maybe. 27.02. And I know you've saved some fish.
We had 6 bites today, lost one big one that probably would have helped. But, I mean, we went looking for more fish today, so.
Awesome, awesome consistency, boys. Right on. Good luck tomorrow, Corey.
After 2 days, Chris and Corey Johnston led the field with a 2-day total of 53.63 pounds. Hot on their heels is father and son team Brian and Brian Jr. In a top 20 full of heavyweights, one slip can cost you thousands of dollars, and less than 3 pounds separates 10th from 20th. For teams looking to fish tomorrow, they need a 2-day weight totaling 35.54 pounds or more, showing the impressive potential of the St. Lawrence River fishery. Weights are tabulated and the results are in. The field is cut down to 50. These teams will move on to day 3 and will get a chance at the Ranger Evinrude boat package.
All right, folks, here's our test shot.
That's as long as you need to go.
All right, that will confirm you won the boat. Mix them up, and everyone gets to take a shot.
There we go. Good luck to all you guys.
Good luck, guys. We'll call in Chris and Corey first and work our way down.
Nada.
Someone's more excited than you are, Dave.
My mom came to watch the weigh-in. She's super pumped, super excited. Like, it's my birthday tomorrow, so it's kind of like an early birthday present, I guess. I almost had a heart attack when it actually started. This is a great tournament, like to have the opportunity to get this kind of prize.